After travelling to Tijuca in 1968, Brian Jones wrote, "They're not singing to an audience of mortals, but rather an incantation to those on another plane."
Was that the trip where Brian heard of the Tijuca musicians?
I think so, eventually, yeah, because we were a long time in Marrakesh. We came back to Tangier, and that's, I think, when Brian got to hear about them. Because he came, when he got back to London, he was saying, I'm going to go back and record these guys, you know. And so that was our first contact. At that time, he was really the first one in the band to bring in other elements of other people's music. You know, he was the sitar. He's very interesting. Also, he was very adept at. Brian would walk in the studio, and no matter what instrument was lying around, even though he'd never played it before, he'd be able to knock something out of it very, very quickly. You know, hence we used to use vibraphones and stuff, mainly just because they were lying around in the studio, and everybody thought, what a wonderful piece of orchestration. But it was just sheer accident, and Brian's ability to be able to get something out of an instrument. Hence, he'd pick up some sort of primitive sort of instrument, say here, and be able to play it. You know, so he brought more exotic tones to the band, shall we say? You know.
Would I mean, he left the band, and we know what happened since. But do you think if he'd stayed, would the music have taken a different course under him? Would the band even have stayed together?
I wonder. I mean, that's very difficult to say. Brian, as a guy, was one of those guys who said, "I'll never make 30," and actually proved it. You know? I mean, so I really think he was burning out at the end, and then, so the question of if he was a different kind of person, then he wouldn't have been able to do what he did. I think there was a sense of urgency about Brian.